What's up, fight fans? Is this a clout chase or not? We got Shakur Stevenson say he want that big fish smoke. He said he wants that payday. He want payday. That's right. I want it. See, we got here right here, if you see in the text. Shakur Stevenson responded to the fact that Earl Spence say Frank Martin and Shakur be a great fight. Keyshawn begging Shakur, let me get Frank Martin. Let me step on him. Clout chasing or begging his daddy Shakur, can he get a fight? Shakur said, you can have him. I want that big fish smoke. You want that big fish smoke? You know what I'm saying? Then he talking about he don't duck no action. See, the thing is, Shakur say he want that big fish smoke because he's done conquered Bud. See, Shakur and Bud been doing their sparring thing for a while now. And we've been hearing Shakur talk about stories of how Bud used to be so much better than him. Now he's saying, you know, this is my favorite spar. You know, Shakur lets it be known that him and Bud spars all the time. And Bud let it be known that him and Shakur spars all the time. But see, Shakur let it slip out that Bud ain't as great a sparring partner to him anymore. See, the young boy, Shakur's skills have surpassed Bud Crawford's skills. He literally beats on Bud in sparring. He's a match for Bud. Like he said, him and Bud go full speed. And when you got a young guy like Shakur who walks around, he walks around literally around 150, 155. He has to be mastered weight cut. So, you know, he has to cut about 20 pounds when it's time for fight time for him. That's why it was hard for him to hit the 130. Because Shakur has been often said to be at least 160. So he gets big. And he's not short. He's about 5'8". You see him and Bud right beside each other. He's a little bit broader than Bud, actually. But he fights with Bud, and Bud can't handle the young buck no more. And I think that's another reason why Bud was hesitant to get in the ring with Spence, because he sees his skills is slipping, or maybe, you know, like I've done said once before, Bud has never fought a top-tier fighter. So when he's going against Shakur Stevenson is a top-tier fighter. It's kind of like when you come up to somebody and they're better than you, but you don't even realize it. Like Gohan and Goku when they fought Cell. Goku was so much stronger than Gohan. No, Gohan was so much stronger than Goku. But Gohan didn't know it because he was comparing his like the way his dad used to be. But see, Gohan, which is Shakur, is much better than Bud Crawford. See, Bud has never fought a top level fighter, and Shakur, being that he can now keep up and beat with Bud, he feels like that he can take on the task of the big fish, because he figures like this. Everybody said that Bud will beat Spence, but see, Bud comes nowhere close to Spence. He doesn't come or hold a candle to the big fish Earl Spence. Earl Spence is on a different caveat, a different league, a different level, miles above the rest. But Shakur's starting to call out because he feels like, okay, if I can handle Bud, then hell, I can get the top dude right there, Earl Spence. So I ain't ducking no wreck. Most people like me and the hardcore fans would be like, Shakur, you clout chasing. Yeah, Shakur, you clout chasing. You're capping. Because ain't no damn well that you're not going to get in there with the big fish and mess with them. You might can do something for about a few seconds, but you like Mikey Garcia, you see something. And you're going to get your ass in there and you're going to get it handed to you. And I'm not saying Shakur clout chasing, but I can say this. You say you want Devin the Dream Haney, Shakur, and you say you want that fight, but you arguably ducked that man, because instead of going on a scale and losing your belt to Robinson Casasiao, you was the WBC and the WBO champion. You could have activated your mandatory, came straight up there, jumped ahead of the line of everybody and fought Devin Haney for undisputed, but you didn't. So don't act like you really want that fight the way you wanted it, because if you did, you would have went through the steps to make it your mandatory, and it wouldn't have been nothing against it. But see, what it is, you see Bud talking, and I ain't gonna take that away from you. So what? You beating Bud, that's a great accomplishment. Yeah. And you gonna be a great young fighter. Well, you are a great young fighter. But Bud and Earl are completely different. Bud and Earl is on a two different wavelengths. Your rivals become your rivals, and just because you can beat Bud, you think you can beat Spence. It's a whole different ball game, young pup. Because Spence is the big fish. He is the body snatcher, the soul crasher. And see, you looking at this like, okay, I beat no Bud, and hell, I'm about to smoke on that Spence pack. No, you're gonna get yourself hurt, and hurt bad, and get your career shortened. But Shakur looking at it like this: if I can't get Tank, then I need to go ahead and get the other big fish, the other payday, Mr. Earl the True Spence. And you know, Shakur versus Earl would be a big fight in name, but Shakur would have is more. Mikey Garcia will be a better fight than Shakur would be, because Mikey Garcia has been doing it for years, and he was pound for pound for weight divisions. Shakur, I mean, you know, he has a style that's all wrong for Earl, because Shakur like to sit there and play with it, and you ain't gonna sit there and play with it with Earl Spence. He's a matchup nightmare for Shakur Stevenson. But I applaud the young buck, but he would get destroyed. Shakur's smart though, because in boxing you only got 4 people that can provide you with life-changing paydays, and some boxers never get that life-changing payday unless you're fortunate enough to get in the ring with Wilder, Canelo, Earl, or Tank. You know, you're going to be fighting for basically, you know, second amendments when you fighting around. Like, you really won't get the greatest paydays. You know, you can make some big ones, but it's just certain fighters that you can fight that make life-changing money. Like, everybody that fight Earl Spence, they making life-changing money. Like, Mikey made almost 15 to 17 mil. Ugas made almost 10 figures. Like, you making big money when you fight the big fish. And other people just can't generate that. So, I mean, maybe Shakur willing to get in there and test his skills to get a life-changing payday. I mean, Shakur versus Earl, I mean, just off the pay-per-views and the split of the gate, I mean, Shakur could walk away with either $15-20 million. And, hey, when you making like $1 million or $1.5 million a fight, yeah, that's damn 15 fights that you don't have to make right there. Like, so I understand people's reasoning, and that's why everybody is calling out Earl, because they know fighting him can change your life. That's why everybody calling out Tank, because fighting him can change your life. You notice Tank is number 6 in all of boxing history for gate sales already. It's sold out in the first gate. So that's why I'm going to see Crawford versus Spence, because I know it can be in the top 4, because everybody's waiting on that too. But that's all I got. Is Shakur clout chasing? Do y'all think he's clout chasing, or do you think he's going to try to pursue that fight? Either way, we know big fish swallows Shakur whole. Shakur, you're not messing with no average brother. This is not Terrence Crawford you messing with. This is the big fish. And that's all I got for y'all. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I'm Upper Echelon, and I'm out.